Welcome back, Legends. Today, we're diving deep into the untold side of gaming, the mysteries, the lore, and the secrets that developers buried beneath the surface. From divine conspiracies to codes no one can crack, these are the top 10 hidden stories that define gaming history. So grab your headphones, hit like, and let's begin. Number 10, we climb to the very peak of Tamriel to uncover one of Skyrim's quietest, yet most legendary secrets, the notched pickaxe. There's a moment in every Skyrim player's journey when you stop chasing quests, stop fighting dragons, and just start climbing. Upward, higher, beyond the clouds, where even the Greybeard's voices fade. At the summit of the Throat of the World, the tallest point in all of Tamriel, sits something strange. No treasure chest, no hidden quest, just a pickaxe wedged into stone. Its name? The Notched Pickaxe. It boosts your smithing, it charges your shock enchantments, and it's positioned deliberately right next to the time wound where Alduin was first banished. For years, players wondered why. Some thought it was a bug, some thought it was a secret quest item. But then the truth emerged. It was a tribute. A quiet nod to Marcus Persson, the creator of Minecraft, known worldwide by his username, Notch. Back in 2011, Skyrim and Minecraft defined gaming's golden era. One let you forge worlds from blocks, the other let you forge legends from dragons. The notched pickaxe wasn't about power, it was about respect. A thank you carved into the peak of the world, visible only to the curious few who would climb that far. But over time, the pickaxe became more than an Easter egg. Fans began to see it as a symbol, a connection between creation and exploration. A reminder that creativity, whether in stone or code, reaches the same summit. And maybe that's the real message. Because when you stand on the throat of the world, holding that glowing pickaxe, you realize something simple. Bethesda didn't just reward you for curiosity. They rewarded you for wonder. So next time you reach that peak, don't fast travel away too quickly. Take a breath. Look out across the endless horizon. Because that tiny pickaxe in your hand, it's not just a weapon. It's a quiet reminder that even gods, dragons, and heroes are still builders. Just like you. At number 9, we jack into the neon veins of Night City, where one code has haunted players for years. This is the mystery of FF06B5. It begins quietly. No quest marker, no dialogue, just a strange statue hidden inside the Arasaka Industrial District. 7 monks kneel before a glowing figure, hands clasped, heads bowed, and carved into the base are 6 simple characters. F06B5. At first, everyone ignored it. A glitch? Maybe. A meaningless texture. But then, it appeared again and again. Different districts, different signs, same code. Reddit threads lit up like the city itself. Fans converted the hex value into binary, into colors, into music. Some claimed it pointed to coordinates outside the playable map. Others swore it unlocked a hidden area if you entered it in the correct terminal. A few even linked it to The Witcher 3, as if CD Projekt Red had stitched both worlds together through digital DNA. No one ever found a definite answer. But each discovery led deeper down the rabbit hole. The monks surrounding the statue speak of enlightenment through circuitry. Human minds uploaded into the grid, searching for peace within the machine. Maybe FF6B5 isn't a code at all. Maybe it's a prayer, a mantra written in the language of data. Then came Phantom Liberty. New terminals, new symbols, same sequence, same glow. The code refused to die. Developers offered no explanation, no lore entry, no patch note. It simply remained. And that's what makes this secret so powerful. In a city obsessed with information, FF06B5 is the one thing no one can decode. Maybe it's an ARG, maybe it's a message from a forgotten dev, or maybe it's something waiting for the right player to understand. Because in Night City, nothing's random. Every light hides a signal. Every glitch hides intent. So next time you're drifting through the back alleys of Kabuki and see that strange symbol glowing in the dark, stop. Listen to the hum beneath the neon. Maybe, just maybe, the city is whispering it again. At number 8, we step into the world of monsters, contracts, and one man who's far more terrifying than any beast. This is The Witcher 3. Hearts of Stone, and the story of Gaunter O'Dim. In a game filled with cursed knights, wraiths, and vampires, it's easy to forget that sometimes evil wears a smile. Gaunter O'Dim, polite, calm, almost friendly, first appears as a stranger at a tavern, offering help when you need it most. He doesn't threaten. He doesn't boast. He just looks at you and knows you. But every favor has a price. and Odim's prices are never measured in coin. As the story unfolds, you learn he's not a man at all. He's something ancient, something older than gods, older than magic itself. He trades in promises and souls, sealing contracts so twisted they feel fair, until it's far too late. He freezes time with a word. He bends reality like a game, and he knows every secret you wish you could hide. By the finale, Geralt's fate depends on one impossible choice: betray a man's soul or challenge the devil himself. There's no sword to swing, no beast to slay. Only a puzzle made of mirrors, shadows, and logic. Solve it, and you shatter Odim's grip. Fail, and he claims your life with quiet satisfaction. Even then, he's not truly gone. Look close enough, reflections, glass, water, you'll sometimes see him there, waiting, watching, smiling. That's what makes Gaunter Odim so unforgettable. He isn't a monster you can fight. He's temptation itself. He's every bad deal you've ever made, every moment you thought you could cheat fate. In a universe full of swords and spells, Odim wins with words alone. And the most chilling part? When he looks straight at you and whispers, "Until we meet again," you can't shake the feeling that he means it. At number 7, we climb higher than any heist into myth, obsession, and the mountain that haunted gamers for a decade. This is Grand Theft Auto V and the Mount Chiliad mystery. Since 2013, players have scoured every inch of Los Santos in search of fame, fortune, and chaos. But hidden above it all, carved into the side of a lonely peak, lies the most enduring mystery in GTA history: Mount Chiliad. Home to a mural no one can fully explain. A pyramid, 3 strange eggs, a stick-figure jetpack, and a single all-seeing eye at the top. No one knows who drew it. No mission ever mentions it. But next to the mural, scrawled in faded paint, are the words, "Come back when your story is complete." From that day forward, the hunt began. Players formed online cults, Reddit threads hit millions of comments, entire YouTube channels were built around decoding its meaning. Was it a UFO map, a treasure trail, a secret government experiment? Then came the discovery. One player reached 100% completion, returned at 3 a.m. during a thunderstorm, and there it was, a UFO hovering silently over the summit, cold, metallic, marked only with the letters FIB. No cutscene, no reward, just static and the hum of something not from this world. But here's the real twist. The mural wasn't just a mystery to solve. It was a mirror. Each symbol represented the main characters themselves: Franklin's ambition, Michael's search for truth, Trevor's chaos. And the UFO? Rockstar's way of saying, obsession is the reward. 10 years later, players still climb the mountain, hoping for more. Maybe they'll find it in GTA 6, or maybe they already did. Because the true secret of Mount Chiliad isn't about aliens or jetpacks or conspiracies. It's about us, the players who never stopped searching. Because in the world of Grand Theft Auto, the real treasure is curiosity that refuses to die. At number 6, we open the book of bioterror and faith, science and madness, with Resident Evil Village. Beneath the gothic beauty and frozen terror of that forgotten village lies one of the greatest secrets in Resident Evil history. A secret that rewrites everything, every outbreak, every virus, every monster we've ever faced. It begins with one woman, Mother Miranda. To her people, she's a saint, immortal, powerful, divine. But behind the veil of faith, she's something far more human and far more dangerous. Centuries ago, Miranda lost her daughter Eva to the Spanish flu. Broken by grief, she sought a miracle, and in the caves beneath the village, she found it. The megamycete, a living organism of black mold that could store consciousness itself. To her, it was salvation. To the world, it became the root of all evil. Miranda discovered she could absorb minds, reshape bodies, and even resurrect the dead. And one of her students, a young man named Oswell E. Spencer, took her ideas and built something new. The Umbrella Corporation, the company that would unleash the T-virus, the G-virus, and everything that followed. Yes, the entire Resident Evil saga begins right here, in this village, under Miranda's shadow. Her lords, Heisenberg, Beneviento, Moreau, and Lady Dimitrescu, weren't disciples of faith. They were experiments, failed attempts to bring her daughter back, each one warped by the mold, cursed by perfectionism masquerading as love. And then comes Ethan Winters, the man who walks into her ritual, not realizing he's part of it. Every battle, every wound, every death, part of Miranda's desperate plan to birth a god. In the end, she dies by fire, but her dream survives beneath the earth. The megamycete still pulses, still remembers, still waits. So the next time you think you've escaped Resident Evil's nightmares, remember this. It all began with a mother's grief, and it might all end with her resurrection. At number 5, we journey into a legend built on frustration, obsession, and one perfect lie. This is Dark Souls and the story of the pendant. When Dark Souls first released, it gave players a simple choice. Choose a starting gift, a master key, firebombs, a divine blessing, or a pendant, a tiny trinket described only as no effect but fond memories comfort travelers. No effect? In a From Software game? Impossible. The community refused to believe it. Fans dug into the game's code, fought through every illusionary wall, and still, no answers. Some said the pendant unlocked a hidden ending. Others believed it was the key to meeting a secret character beneath Firelink Shrine. Conspiracy maps were drawn. Entire forums went to war over what the pendant really did. YouTubers spent hundreds of hours testing. Theories reached the absurd. Maybe it worked only under moonlight. Maybe it reacted to certain deaths. Maybe it unlocked new dialogue if carried to New Game Plus. Nothing worked. But that didn't stop anyone. Years later, Hidetaka Miyazaki finally broke the silence. The pendant he revealed had no secret at all. It was never meant to do anything. It was a social experiment. A playful test of how far players would chase meaning in a world built on mystery. And in that moment, the greatest riddle in Dark Souls became its most brilliant joke. Because the pendant's power wasn't hidden in the game, it was hidden in us. In the obsession, in the curiosity, in the endless search for something that maybe never existed. That's the beauty of Dark Souls. Even an empty item becomes a story. Even a meaningless trinket becomes legend. So the next time you find an item that does nothing, don't be so sure, because in Lordran, even the smallest lie can spark a myth, and the greatest treasure of all might just be the mystery itself. At number 4, we descend into madness, into dreams, and into the cosmos itself with Bloodborne. You think you've escaped the nightmare. You think the hunt is over. But Bloodborne doesn't end when you wake up. It ends when you finally realize you were never dreaming at all. The city of Yharnam is sick, not just with blood, but with knowledge. Every hunter believes they're slaying beasts. But behind the veil of sanity, something greater watches. Ancient, cold, and utterly indifferent. The Great Ones, alien gods that exist beyond the stars, and we, the hunters, are nothing more than their experiments. From the beginning, the clues are there. The moon that looms too close, the whispers in the wind, the cryptic ramblings of the scholars in Bergenworth. They speak of a revelation that broke their minds. Eyes on the inside, they said. Because to see the truth in Bloodborne is to lose yourself completely. At the end, when Gehrman offers to release you from the dream, you can accept his mercy or resist. Refuse, and he becomes your final test. Defeat him, and the moon presence descends. A skeletal, faceless god that wraps its tendrils around your body, binding you to the cycle forever. You become the new caretaker, the next prisoner of the dream. But there's one final defiance. If you've consumed the hidden umbilical cords, remnants of the Great One's unborn children, you resist its control. The moon presence tries to bind you and fails. And in that moment, you transcend humanity itself. You are reborn, not as a man, not as a hunter, but as a Great One. A newborn god, writhing in moonlight. The cycle continues, but now you are the nightmare. Bloodborne's horror isn't just in its monsters. It's in the revelation that the more truth you uncover, the less human you remain. Because in Yharnam, knowledge isn't power, it's infection. And the only real cure is ignorance. Coming in at number 3, we enter the 9 realms of myth and betrayal. With God of War Ragnarok. You thought you'd finish the story. You faced destiny. You fought gods. But Ragnarok hides one of the most shocking secrets in the entire PlayStation era. A god trapped in silence, waiting for players curious enough to look back after the credits rolled. His name is Tyr. Through most of the main game, we travel beside him, the peaceful god of war, the thinker who preaches harmony over chaos. He's broken, calm, even gentle, but something about him never quite fits. The cadence of his speech, the way his stories shift, the strange glimmer behind his eyes. And then the truth hits like the Leviathan axe. That wasn't Tyr at all. It was Odin, the All-Father himself, disguised, deceptive, watching every move. Yet the real Tyr still lives, locked away deep within Niflheim. Hidden behind cursed mist and ghostly halls, players discovered a secret cell, untouched by any quest marker. Push open the final door, and there he is. Tall, graceful, startled, free. The moment is silent, no cutscene, no fanfare, just raw discovery. Free him, and the story continues beyond the ending. Tyr begins appearing across the realms, meditating in Alfheim, dancing in Svartalfheim, mourning in Helheim. Each sighting reveals a different side of the god: peace, balance, and freedom reborn. It's like watching a legend rediscover himself. This twist redefines Ragnarok's entire message. Even gods can be prisoners, trapped not just by chains, but by lies, by destiny, by the versions of themselves they no longer recognize. So, the next time you step through a realm door and hear faint music in the distance, pause, listen. Because maybe, just maybe, that's the sound of the real Tyr. Finally free, finally home, and still teaching the meaning of peace in a world that only remembers war. Now, at number 2, we travel to the skies above Hyrule with The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. You might think you know Hyrule by heart. Every hill, every shrine, every hidden Korok. But Tears of the Kingdom isn't just a sequel. It's a love letter to every Zelda game ever made, layered with mysteries, callbacks, and lore so deep it connects decades of adventures into one timeline. From the moment Link dives from the Sky Islands, déjà vu hits you. The music echoes faint memories of Ocarina of Time. The architecture mirrors Skyward Sword. Even the ruins whisper of Majora's Mask. Nintendo didn't recycle assets. They resurrected history. Every stone, every symbol, every melody hides a memory of the legends that came before. Take the fierce deity armor, found deep in the depths. It's more than nostalgic fan service. It's the echo of a darker Link, a reflection of the rage that once saved a dying world. Then there's the Hylian shield, etched with runes referencing the covenant between Hylia and her chosen hero. The game isn't just building a new story, it's stitching together the entire myth of Zelda. And yet, the biggest secret isn't above, it's below. Beneath the sunlit fields of Hyrule lies the depths, a vast, inverted world. Every mountain above has a shadow beneath, every river, a black reflection. It's a realm shaped by death, loss, and forgotten gods. Glowing roots mirror shrines from the surface, connecting life and decay in perfect symmetry. Down there, you don't just explore, you uncover the skeleton of the world. Even the mysterious Zonai carvings tie it all together. Their spirals, their glyphs, they whisper that the Zonai may be the first civilization, the source of every legend, every prophecy, every goddess's dream. Tears of the Kingdom isn't just another Zelda. It's Nintendo's confession, a bridge between timelines, myths, and memories. So when you leap from the sky next time, pause midair, look down, because you're not just falling through clouds, you're falling through history. At number 1, we begin with Elden Ring, the mystery of Miquella and Saint Trina. You think you've conquered the lands between, but Elden Ring's greatest secret doesn't hide behind a boss or inside a chest. It hides in a dream wrapped in gold, sorrow, and sleep. And at the center of that dream stands Miquella. Miquella, the eternal child, the brother of Malenia, cursed to never grow old. He tried to create a perfect world, a realm without suffering, a land untouched by decay. But somewhere along the way, another name appeared, Saint Trina, the saint of slumber, the one who whispers peace into the restless. Players notice something strange, Miquella's lily and Trina's lily. 2 different items, 2 identical descriptions, 2 souls that might actually be one. Theories spread like wildfire. Some say Saint Trina is Miquella's dream self, a spiritual echo. Others believe Miquella fell into eternal sleep, becoming Trina to escape his cursed body. The evidence? It's scattered everywhere. Weapons, items, and dialogue fragments, each one a quiet clue. Even the shadow of the Erdtree expansion teases that their relationship will be revealed. Miyazaki himself confirmed it, but never explained how. And that's the beauty of it. Elden Ring doesn't tell you the truth. It lets you feel it, through fragments, through half-broken prayers, through sleep that never ends. Maybe Trina dreamed Miquella into existence. Maybe Miquella dreamed of Trina to stay alive. Either way, both exist, somewhere between the waking world and the dream. So the next time you walk beneath the Haligtree, stop for a moment. Listen carefully. Because that faint lullaby in the wind, it's not just the breeze. It's Saint Trina, still dreaming of Miquella, and maybe dreaming of you. And that brings our journey through gaming's greatest secrets to an end. Each story we uncovered, from gods to ghosts, from myths to mysteries, reminds us that curiosity is the real reward. Which discovery blew your mind the most? Tell me down in the comments. If you enjoyed exploring these hidden worlds, hit that like button, share this video with a fellow gamer, and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss what's next. Because no matter how many games we beat, there's always another secret waiting to be found. And together, we'll keep uncovering them.